On a Saturday morning in the suburbs of Paris, a mother is looking at the labels one by one. She hesitates between two packs of pasta, one at 89 cents and the other at 1.15 euros. The neon lights buzz above her. The sounds of shopping carts echo in the emptiness. No one is talking. Everyone seems in a hurry to leave. Lidl isn't a choice, it's a necessity. 30 years later, everything is different. Lidl is now a European empire, symbolizing efficiency and respectability. From being a supermarket for the poor, it has become the favorite brand of the French. And today it's worth about $125 billion. The same people who avoided the brand in 1995 now speak about it with pride. Now even the wealthiest and the middle class shop there without hesitation. A simple discount store has turned into a logistical powerhouse, showcasing adaptation and strategy. But then, how did Lidl manage to pull off this feat? How did a brand founded on low cost end up embodying quality and establishing itself as a benchmark? Hi, entrepreneur mindset. I hope you're doing well. Following your many requests, especially after the story about Casino, today I'm pleased to tell you the story of an incredible transformation. That of the German giant who quietly built his empire and redefined European consumption with a simple, brilliant idea and strict discipline. We'll end, as always, with the business lesson from this story, filled with war, downfall, and rebirth. It all begins in 1930. Germany is going through a period of uncertainty. Inflation is skyrocketing, unemployment is eating away at the country, and small neighborhood shops are struggling to survive. It is in this chaos that Josef Schwartz, a methodical and ambitious merchant, buys a small distribution company called Lidl & Company. His idea is simple but visionary: buy in bulk to resell at lower prices to local merchants. A logic of volume, efficiency, and reduced margins. A philosophy that unknowingly became the DNA of the future Lidl empire. But fate intervenes. World War I devastates Germany. Factories burn, cities fall, and supply chains vanish. Josef loses nearly everything except his German discipline and frugal business vision. After the war, he begins again. In Heilbronn, a city 80% destroyed, he patiently rebuilds his business brick by brick. During this quiet rebuilding, the next generation will be prepared. His son, Dieter Schwartz, a discreet observer, but with icy ambition. The one who will transform a simple wholesale company into one of the largest retail empires in the world. In the 1960s, Dieter learns about hard discount from observing Aldi, founded by the Albrecht brothers. Their secret: buy in bulk, avoid ads, minimize costs, and undercut competitors. By the way, if you're interested in a video about the Aldi brand, let me know in the comments. The first Lidl store opened in 1973. Here, I'm sorry, I'm definitely going to mispronounce the name in Ludwigshafen, near Mannheim. The promise: essential products at the lowest prices in a small space. No music, decorations, or extras. And it works without even realizing it. By following this model of extreme rigor, Dieter is about to lay the first stone of a formidable strategy. 5 years later, it will take a much different direction than he expected. It's the late 1970s, and Lidl already has 30 stores in 1980. It's more than 300, and in 1990, over 1,000 just in Germany. The model is formidable: simple, rapid stock turnover, and ultra-thin margins with huge volume. The problem is that those who had made Lidl strong in Germany would soon become its biggest challenge abroad. At the end of the 80s, Europe opened up, borders fell, markets became standardized, and large-scale retail became a continental battlefield. Dieter Schwartz believes it's time. His company has dominated Germany, and now he aims to conquer Europe. So it was only logical that in 1989, Lidl arrived in France. But the shock was brutal. The French, accustomed to Carrefour's colorful aisles and Leclerc's patriotic slogan, don't grasp this Spartan concept. No music, promotions, or services, just flashy colors everywhere. Boxes on the floor, minimalist labels, brands no one's ever heard of, and yet the prices defy all logic.
As you can see, the lighting is not pleasant at all. These neon lights hurt your eyes, and the glass fronts are actually very small.
By the late 1980s, the crisis hit. Unemployment soared, Purchasing power collapsed and supermarkets emptied. Where others sell dreams, Lidl is going to sell something concrete. Pasta, milk, sugar at the lowest possible price. In this austerity, modest families will finally have an ally. In 1995, Lidl had 3,000 stores across Europe, and by 2000, they exceeded 5,000. Spain, Italy, Belgium, and the United Kingdom will fall one after another. No ads, no glitz, no franchises. Everything's centralized and calculated. Warehouses will supply entire regions, with routes optimized to the meter. Trucks depart full and return empty. It's German precision in distribution, and Amazon ahead of its time. While Carrefour tries to attract customers, Lidl perfects the machine. And this machine is going to become formidable. By the late 90s, Lidl will overtake Aldi as Europe's top discounter. But the win is bittersweet. Yes, Lidl has won the price war. The problem is that at that moment, a question arises. Can you last when you don't make people dream? In the early 2000s, Lidl had over 5,000 stores in Europe, including nearly 900 in France. Sales are soaring and market share is growing, but the image is nearing collapse. Lidl is seen as the store for when you have no other options, not one people proudly mention shopping at. Its unstated motto, at least it's cheaper. But behind the self-checkouts and cardboard stacks, cracks are starting to show. German media are set to expose allegedly inhumane working conditions. Surveillance, pressure, timed breaks. I told you it was like Amazon before its time. Then in 2008, a shock. An investigation will produce a report that will hurt. Lidl secretly used hidden cameras to watch employees' performance. The scandal is front-page news in Der Spiegel, and unions are calling for a boycott. The company admits to mistakes, but the damage is done. The brand becomes a social outcast. In France, Lidl's name will also be stigmatized, and surveys will show it lagging behind. A picture of a poor people's store linked more to shame than bargains. When I was young, we joked that a friend bought everything at Lidl to tease him. Yeah, I know it's just kids teasing, but it was revealing about the image in society. In 2009, Kantar reported just 6% of French people liked shopping at Lidl, a disastrous number for a brand found in nearly every city nationwide. Meanwhile, the world changes. Consumers prefer organic and local products and a pleasant shopping experience over bare aisles and harsh lighting in discount stores. No one dreams of them if they ever inspire dreams. Younger generations prefer shopping where there's a story, not in a little warehouse. She remains stuck in her 1970s model, an ultra-efficient machine, but without any emotion. And yet in the shadows, our dear Dieter Schwartz, who had seen it all before, is preparing his revenge. In 2012, few expected Lidl to return to the top. Hard discounts seemed doomed. The stores were aging, the image was damaged, and consumers were fed up. Everything was cheap, but Jeter and his team were about to surprise everyone. They're not just going to adjust their strategy, they're going to rewrite their model. The plan begins with over 4 billion euros invested in renovating and expanding European stores. The old gray warehouses will be bright, spacious, nearly elegant. The aisles are changing. Butcher shops, bakeries, fresh produce, and organic options. White walls will be replaced with wood, and cold neon lights with soft lighting. The logo is now rounder, warmer, and less industrial. Lidl aims to show you can pay less without shame. Then comes the ultimate weapon, communication. Lidl's campaigns, or the real price of good things in France or more to value in Europe, are transforming the brand's image. Discount store ads now feature families, fresh bread, and real smiles, replacing their harsh tone. Lidl's focus is now on smart shopping, not just survival, a risky move, but effective. I even want to say it's a huge success. Lidl has become one of my favorite stores. In France, I prefer shopping there over Leclerc, Carrefour, or Auchan. Other brands to analyze, by the way. To prove it to you, here are some numbers. Between 2012 and 2019, Lidl France's revenue jumped by nearly 30% and will reach more than 20 billion euros. The group will exceed 1,500 stores in France and 12,000 globally. In 2015, Lidl overtakes Carrefour and Leclerc to become the French's favorite brand, surpassing 2 local icons. This time, we can't even blame Macron. Store brand products are winning medals at the General Agricultural Competition, wines are awarded, and chefs are taking notice. Hard discount, once seen as shameful, is becoming a smart, accepted choice. But behind this revival, an even deeper change is coming. Lidl is moving beyond selling cheap and aims to redefine itself. Value, quality, experience for speed. Everything is being rethought, and it becomes a symbol of a new capitalism, one that has merged frugality and desirability. In under 10 years, Lidl has shown you can rise from the ashes. And in this new era, one idea dominates. Discount can be beautiful. And as we will see, these are not just words. Today, Lidl is very different from the small, humble German brand it once was. Pure hard discount has completely disappeared. In its place is a modern, confident brand, and I think it's fair to say, a desirable one. A model that analysts now call smart quality, intelligent quality. The shift has been spectacular. The campaigns are bold and the collaborations are surprising, sometimes even viral. In 2020, for example, a simple marketing move became a global phenomenon. Lidl sneakers sold for 19 euros are resold on eBay for up to 400 euros. And its brand image has become pop, almost trendy. Lidl offers products from 20 to 3 euros, including 35-cent artisan baguettes, kitchen robots, electric bikes, and smartwatches. Each launch is like a mini Apple keynote for discount products because Lidl is now trusted. And behind this modern image, the strategy remains unchanged. Centralization, efficiency, and gigantic volume. In 2023, the Schwarz Group, owner of Lidl and Kaufland, will exceed 155 billion euros in revenue, surpassing Carrefour at 94 billion and Aldi at 125 billion. Lidl is officially the #1 retailer in Europe. Behind this machine is still Dieter Schwarz, now 86, discreet and almost invisible in the media, but he is among the continent's richest, with a fortune over $40 billion, an empire built quietly without speeches or social media, in a typically German discretion. So, the lesson that every entrepreneur can take from this incredible story, which has personally inspired me a lot, is that for 90 years, 3 generations have succeeded one another. Germany was destroyed, rebuilt, and globalized. But Lidl has remained true to a single compass: efficiency and accessibility. That's the genius, evolving the image without betraying its DNA. From cheap to smart, it turned a weakness into a strength, without ever denying its primary mission: making quality accessible to everyone. Lidl managed to make cheap desirable, but others never managed to find that balance. Like Tati, born from the same popular ideal, yet unable to reinvent itself. When precisely cheap stopped being attractive due to inheritance problems and management mistakes, as you can see in the video that's showing.